Everyone is applauding an action-packed summer of exciting football on the Canadian Football Network coming up next here on CHCH TV 11. Join us.
First and 10, Ticats, Toronto 39-yard line. Here's a handoff to Zachary, big hole. He's to the 30, gets upside. Zachary may go all the way, and he does. First and 10, Ticats, Toronto 49. Horace wants it all this time for Winfield, and he makes the catch. Earl Winfield, touchdown.
First of all, we're going to have to try to stop the run and contain him, because if we let him run, they can just run the ball on us all day. But we also know that they got, you know, the quarterback's coming off a big game. He just threw for over 400 yards. So once we shut down the run, we're going to have to keep pressure on him and do a good job in coverage, because he can hurt you. We've seen that on film.
So the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who have sputtered on offense this season, will once again count on a strong game from their defense as they meet the Hamilton Tiger Cats at Taylor Field in Regina. The Canadian Football Network. Today's game from Taylor Field in Regina is brought to you by Petro-Canada Dealers and Agents. Our energy is Canada. And by Carling O'Keefe Breweries, the CFL. It's the game around here. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our CFN telecast from Taylor Field in Regina. The 1-2-1 Rough Riders against the 1-3 Hamilton Tiger Cats, off to yet another slow start. And the Ticats riddled by injuries, particularly in their secondary. 3 starters are out. And Neil Lumsden, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, feel they can work on one of the new faces in there, and that's veteran Kerry Parker.
Well, Al Bruno knows not having some consistency with players in the defensive backfield hurts. Kerry Parker's on that island on the corner. Hasn't played a game yet this year and is 31 years old. Tron Armstrong has been an exciting receiver. They may try to take advantage of that matchup.
Tron Armstrong has really come on of late. Always interesting to watch the defensive ends against the offensive tackles. Hebler against Malinowski, one of the matchups today.
Nick Hebler has been a little quiet this year. We find out today that he's had a sore thigh. Last week it must have been feeling better. He had 1 sack and 5 tackles. But if he's going to get pressure on Porras today, he's got to go after John Malinowski, who has had a stable and solid year to this point.
Mike Kerrigan, the Hamilton backup quarterback, is ready to play, more ready than he's been. But Al Bruno will once again start with Tom Porras. He has played very well in the 2 games he has started. So it's the Hamilton Tiger Cats meeting the Saskatchewan Roughriders at very hot and very windy Taylor Field in Regina. And you're watching the Canadian Football Network from Regina.
Around here, got the time of day. Time to stop, time to say hello. Around here it's always been that way. The finest people that you ever want to know. And up here around here is Opie. Opie, my friend. You know up here around here is Opie. Around here, our beer is Opie.
It's almost criminal. It's a steal of a deal. Happening now at the Brick. Walk out without paying. Make no down payment. Make no monthly payments. Don't pay a dime for 6 months' time and pay no interest at all. Walk out without paying on all home furnishings and a wide selection of top name brand appliances, televisions, video recorders, and stereos. Walk out without paying. Don't pay a dime for 6 months' time. Don't get caught missing it.
You're better off.
Get it before it's gone.
I just heard about Chicken McNuggets Shanghai. It's this new thing from McDonald's, and I thought, hey, give it a try. Tender chunks of chicken. Ooh, plum. Look, chopsticks. Chopsticks. Anyway, we have 3 Oriental sauces, like Cantonese sweet and sour, teriyaki, and hot mustard. And get this, a McFortune cookie. You will meet a tall, handsome stranger. Yeah.
It's a good time for the great taste.
He wasn't that tall.
Of McDonald's.
You want to get a Pepsi? Sounds good.
We're a whole new generation, and we've got a whole new thirst. Got a whole new
look at today's starting offensive teams. First, the visiting Hamilton Tiger Cats. They'll go with the same offensive line they've used in every game this season. But the Ticats have changed their receiving core. Little Anthony Ketchum, a speed merchant, makes his CFL debut. Winfield moves to slot back. Tom Porras will make his third straight start at quarterback, but Al Bruno says Mike Kerrigan is ready to play. The running backs again, Zachary and Hucklack. Like Hamilton, Saskatchewan has gone with the same offensive line all year. John Gregory says they're still adjusting to new techniques he introduced. Saskatchewan uses 3 import receivers. Elgard, the lone Canadian. Walter Bender stays at running back despite 3 fumbles last week. And Tom Burgess makes his second start at quarterback. You are looking at Taylor Field in Regina, and Bernie Ruoff bending over to tee up the football at the Hamilton 35-yard line as the Tiger Cats will kick off to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Hamilton will have the wind with them, and it's a strong wind in the opening quarter. The Roughriders have Tron Armstrong and Walter Bender playing against his former teammates. Back to receive Ruoff's kickoff, and the ball has already blown off the tee for Ruoff, and he will ask Paul Bennett to hold it for him. That gives you again an indication of how strong the wind is. It will definitely be a factor in this game. Ruoff gets the word from the head referee, and we are underway at Taylor Field, and his kickoff sails through the end zone. Tron Armstrong gave some thought to catching it at the goal line, Neil, but it sailed away from him, and I think he wisely opted to let it go through.
Probably a very good move. When you have to adjust back quickly to catch a ball, sometimes you can mishandle it, and there's no sense in taking any chances, especially on the opening kickoff.
Ruoff actually hit it rather funny, but the wind just took it. Look, it's southeast 39 kilometers per hour. It's favoring Hamilton in this opening quarter. 28 degrees Celsius and the sun beating down on Taylor Field. Saskatchewan Roughriders with the football at their 25 after the kickoff goes through the end zone. There's no point on that, of course. Tom Burgess starting at quarterback for Saskatchewan, and he drops the pass on the first offensive play of the game, and he will not get it up. Yes, he will, but they whistle Burgess down.